think I don't remember what character, but I remember seeing Haven on Rivals, got top 8 there with a really impressive Maple.
It is really cool to see people transition from Smash to Rivals and then go straight back to Smash. I mean, I know you and I were talking a little bit before our block about how, Rivals has really ignited your passion in a way that you haven't had since like the launch of Street Fighter 6 and Smash Ultimate itself. And I've been a big proponent of, if you play fighters, you don't play just one fighting game. You play many. You may specialize in one or two, but your fundamentals transition from one game to another, whether it's traditional or platformer. Or even arena, if you're that kind of person.
Hell yeah. I mean, we've seen the rise of how many, Smash players have been transitioned to Street Fighter 6 and making a name. You got Jazzo, you have Riddles, you have Fatality, and DeBuzz.
And all of them are like,
players.
Wow, this game is so much easier. Yeah, I can be consistent.
Because there's less unpredictability. That's the number one thing that Smash is really, why it's so difficult. You have to know 86 different characters and matchups and what they could possibly do with different playstyles.
Listen,
and then all of a sudden, you have to learn what, and then also different stages, different DIs, different rages, different percentages, different scenarios, different hitboxes. While in Street Fighter, it's way more like, hey, this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen afterwards. And that consistency is something that a lot of games strive to have. Flat fighters in themselves always have that different unpredictable factor due to the nature of the game. But sometimes that shows the true knowledge, and as well as being able to flex that brain, as we got Kacy versus Arhungry on YouTube. Long tag, I'm going to call you Arhungry.
Is it Arhungry or is it Arhungry? Like, they like augmented reality. They're starved. There's no good augmented reality stuff out there.
Well, it's going to be YouTube now. As Kacy, once again, gets a little bit of a combo and that forward tilt. A little bit of that pressure, but unable to follow up after, so it's going to let Cloud keep that limit. And the pressure is on. You need to be so damn careful of it, but the confident grab into the bear as well, so you're going to have to burn the limit soon. The timer's ticking down, and instead tries to get the limit Blade Beam, and unfortunately, will not come out.
No, instead Arhungry with a great little down air right there into a back air, and all that work that Kacy put in vanished in an instant.
Oh yeah. It's just kind of vanished out on there, and all of a sudden Cloud can go ahead and just play back, let Kacy do all the approaching, and just kind of zone away with that bear. Yeah, challenge with your bear, and make sure to try to call any of those approach options. Doesn't get the right hit for the bear. That's a lot of rage to kind of work with, but wow. The bear out, spiking it down, but thankfully is able to get out. Look at these. They're just getting at a disadvantage by pressing more of these attack moves. No respect for it whatsoever, but the down throw into the DI upward actually works out. Kacy was not expecting that.
Yeah, Arhungry doing a phenomenal job of staying alive at 149 against the Palu. It's rare that you see that. And with limits, finally catching the jump, and Kacy down to their last stock, and Arhungry too hungry to die.
Oh yeah. Still on there with the survivability, and up till that's the anti-air, the second one and third, fourth.
Oh, we're still going, and we're going to the blast zone.
Yep, looks so good, but still a huge lead to work with. You still have that stock lead. You want to avoid out getting the nair trains, but finally Kacy able to do it. No reverse nair to try to keep that pressure going. Instead, we'll just use the fair to finish the job. And going for the spike attempt, I love it. Still vulnerable with those 2 frames because of those teleports, but Arhungry on YouTube continuing on, having a great control of the game, and limit is almost going to be up. Now it is, so Kacy, gotta play a little careful because you're definitely in the kill percent.
They're gonna have to be forced to burn if they are just pressured off stage like this continuously, instead of just trying to catch Kacy at all. No, instead getting caught with a back air. No more limit. How are they gonna get back? They are not. And you know what? A lot closer game than I was expecting after those first 2 stocks.
Yeah, I mean, Hell is just 3 interactions from winning. You can just get like a little nair train, and Cloud is so vulnerable to getting edge guarded, and Palu's no slouch on that one. Wow, the DI just in time to keep Kacy alive. They are continuing on in their conquest to try to make this one happen. Yep. And the nairs are connecting, but they're not stringing.
No. But at least they're like pressuring that space where Arhungry really wants to jump in. And right now he's just having to space out these bears, these fairs, and that up smash was very ill timed, but we do finally have limit. The ace in the hole. How are we going to use this? The trump card is there. Let's not waste it.
But it It's not a waste. It's just putting so much threatening pressure, and a ballsy grab doesn't get punished in the limit blade beam. Great little cancel with the teleport, but that nair on actually Cloud's end, riding it out, didn't snap to ledge correctly, forced to burn the teleport early. That is another one utilized to get center stage control. That's going to get grabbed out of shield.
That
and then down throws the attempt kill, not good enough. And drifted too far inward, so it's going to be the bear that seals it out a little bit closer than I felt like. I think we both felt like it should have, but still able to seal it out there. Arhungry takes game number 1.
Arhungry, you know what? If Arhungry gets a 3-stock in any of these games, I'll go subscribe to him on YouTube. I'll do it. I bet he's got some great COD montages. If this is anything to go by.
All good stuff, and yeah, a little bit of pressure, down throw, not killing, but it's just that, yeah, you can't jump inwards like that one. You have to kind of take the L into positioning, because Cloud will not let you get hung on the stage for free. There's so many arrows that cover it. Nair as the spacious one, up air as an anti-air, and Bear just like that one, kind of caught just slipping for getting too into it. But as we're speaking on that with the neutral game being played out, there are reverse Nair having to kind of like salvage that one with the Fairs, but they are connecting and they are getting it, and a spike to finish it off.
Kacy's like, no. My first game, that's not the real me. This is the real me. Come at me.
Yeah, real good stuff. And continuing the pressure onwards, missing out that Fair by inches, and continuing the pressure. Oh my goodness, no escape for Arhungry, trying to get away. The down tilt as a threatening tool. I love that, an instant double jump in response, not letting this Cloud get out of this corner. Finally does show off a misspaced attack, but easily is able to just kind of teleport out of harm's way. Limit is utilized, but we've seen, I think none of them have been really hitting except one limit cross slash. So we'll see what Arhungry can do to try to seal it a stock, because Kacy is not letting go of this lead.
I think at this point, Arhungry just does not want to get 3-stocked. He does burn limit, though. It's not there anymore, trying to get that spike. No, instead going for the ledge trump. And now Kacy just so confident here in their positioning. But, you know, a little misextension there with the bear. Almost losing that first stock, but finally a great teleport snap. And snap, there goes the back air. Goodbye, Kacy.
And a little bit of pressure. Kind of had to let go of the shield. Maybe he was opting for a parry. Just a little bit of mistiming on that one. But the fastball Nair, get me out of that disadvantaged state. And now all of a sudden, speaking of disadvantage, now Kacy feeling the brunt of it. You can't land on that Cloud up there. We've been through a whole damn game of how impressive that is. But speaking of up airs, it's going to be Palu's as the rebuttal, saying, yeah, yours may be broken, but mine is even more deadlier than the others. So all of a sudden having to cross up with that Nair, and it's working out. Arhungry not really having a response as the lead continues to trickle with Kacy.
Yeah, Arhungry, they're pretty good at those up airs. I was listening to him talk to some other people before, and he was like, oh, I remember entering Supernova Smash 4 tournament. That was a good time. Looks like he may miss it.
An attempt ledge trump, not falling for that one. Reverse Nair and the up air delayed, and then fast fell in order to find its mark, but the limit enhanced climb hazard. Instead, it's going to turn into a hazard for Arhungry. Ledge trap, ledge covered, and edge guard. My goodness. Clean way for Kacy to strike back in game number 2. It was all Arhungry game number 1. I was feeling the confidence ooze from there, but Kacy, not deterred, they just went ahead and cleaned that Cloud up.
Arhungry, if you keep playing like this, I'm going to unsubscribe from your YouTube channel. You will never get another view on your Cloud montages. It's okay. He can always prove himself again here. Okay, we are not running it back. I think this is the best option. You know, if you lose on a stage, you might as well try something new. Mix it up a bit. Final destination, though, a little, no platforms. Can platform cancel, but I don't think Kacy was really going for a lot of those anyway. So don't know really what the thinking is here, unless it's a comfort pick.
Could be, or just avoiding out any additional things, because I think Kacy has just been able to juggle Arhungry so consistently, so taking away a platform as a way to avoid the extensions, maybe hoping for the ground game to kind of pay off instead. But so far, not so good. Limit has to be burned for survival and up smash, so that will be punished with a swift dash attack and actually getting the cross slash for a little more damage. So Cloud, this is the kind of the best case scenario where you're able to just kind of drift in and out with your aerials, but Kacy catches on to the timing, but the bear, one misses, the other connects. As you're seeing what Arhungry can do, stuck on that ledge, try to utilize the down tilt as a way to low profile underneath it, but the up air will be able to connect in on out. Arhungry trying to switch up the stages to avoid being juggled, instead gets stuck into the skies.
I mean, without a platform, it is going to be a lot more predictable on where you are going to land. And what
Wow.
a stage tech right there. Kacy still living. Sakurai smiling down upon them. But that dash attack, always so deadly. And that's actually something that kind of cost him the last stock there. Arhungry went in for a dash attack, and Kacy actually blocked it with the shield with that back air. You know, it could have been an Arhungry's lead. And hey, there you go. Climb hazard limits, clutching out that first stock.
Yeah. Finally able to get it. It actually, the forward smash extended Palutena's hitbox a little bit. So it was able to just kind of clip it on there. So climb hazard, it's a danger hazard as the back throw. Able to kind of get on there, unable to get the little 2-frame. So Cloud luckily able to snap onto ledge in time. And now, yeah, just respect the ground game. You have to utilize that as Cloud and just use your anti-airs. Yes, like this, your up air, your up tilt are such good tools to kind of catch Kacy trying to land on top of you. And now the tried and true ledge trap, just following with it, and the down tilt, exchanging sides. But an excellent comeback in the works, and now just holding up the shield for dear life, and a surprise forward tilt, trying to catch. Oh, that could have been a bigger punish.
Yeah, but you know what? At least they're getting the positioning, and that's not really going to work. But the bear almost working right there, trying to get some more limits. The forward tilt not connecting. Oh, I was actually thinking about that. You know, speaking of anti-airs, that up smash is always like the I've got that read down, but you got to have the read down. If not, you are dead just like that.
Cleaned up, and now Kacy. 117, just need to avoid out a smash attack and just continue on the lead. This is such a bad situation. You can just do like a down tilt or a counter even and miss the down air. If that was just like a fair of some sort, instead bet it on a down air instead of connecting. And these ledge trumps have not been working. Finally able to get that trade works out. So edging out on that limit. But look at that, a little bit of a confirm, and now trying to land on top with that fair. Still relatively safe, but not enough time to react in order to the limit cross slash. So instead, the pressure continues on. Jump is burned
No
now.
way.
You have to do it there, so that's the fair. This might be curtains at this point. Kacy cleaning up, no jump, no life, no. Go out there, and ooh, it was close, but it worked.
It was. I feel like if he just did not like air dodge in a certain direction, if he just air dodged like neutral, he probably could have recovered in time just to barely make that. But that is a checkmate situation, if anything. But he didn't get no hitted there. All right, he got in a hit, 4%. That's not a 0 to death. That's a win. And besides, it's best of 5, so you know he's got 2 more games to win. And if we have seen Arhungry turn that up, running it back to FD maybe not the best idea. But if he did feel more comfortable here, I say let her rock.
It's a comfort stage, and sometimes you kind of have to go on that one because, what, you don't want to take Palo to PS2.
No.
Stages.
But you have so many other stages you can.
It's true.
Never forget this. Also, never forget that Cloud is faster than he looks.
Yeah.
All that Shinra training has paid off.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact,
The
I actually
training
played
came
Final
back.
Fantasy VII for the first time this year. It was good. It's very good.
Yeah.
Just like
Final
AR
Fantasy
Hungry is
is-
trying to be good too.
True. Final Fantasy is one of those game series that never disappoints. Always fantastic visually, and the gameplay is great, but the limit cross slash ain't gonna be enough. So all of a sudden, stuck in a pressure situation and trying to go for that down air attempt. Great pressure on there. And speaking of dare, gonna be the one on stage and trying to call it out with an up smash of some sorts, but instead, forced off in this really awkward positioning as Kacy walling it out, even in disadvantage, saying like, I may be in disadvantage, but I still have the priority, and you're not fast enough.
Oh, he's fast
Reactions
enough
are
for
there.
that though.
Yeah, stroke back. One stock apiece for both these players, but the Nair train gets started immediately.
Okay, air dodging very risky, but hey, climb hazard out of shield. That's going to be guaranteed 18%. Another Omni Slash, and we do have limit. I think he wants to hold on to this for a little bit longer. I know he just kind of started throwing those out more towards the end of the last game. And hey, you know what? If he just wants to go for the pressure, he can always build it back. Still the second stock, still 5.5 minutes. Plenty of time to get another one.
Oh yeah. And now, once again, same song and dance, but instead the tempo changes and switches up in a blink of an eye. Arhungry able to get a stock lead we haven't seen ever since almost game number 1.
Feels like
Love to see
ages
what can
ago.
be done. Yeah, but limit will now be available soon. So if you can land like a solid back air into a nice cross slash to give you that guaranteed damage, but instead it's going to be a smash tag utilized for a little more. It's going to be relatively safe. No, instead the instant back air actually able to punch it out on there. So Arhungry has a lead, Still approaching with it. Kacy just kind of content to sit back, and yeah, there we go. Finally adjusting, saying like, hey, wait a minute. I'm in the lead. I can go ahead and just kind of wait for you to make these mistakes, and including that with a ledge trap.
You know, something that I haven't seen actually Arhungry utilize a lot, and something that I don't think Kacy has been really prepared for, are these kind of regular blade beams. He is dead, unfortunately, but whenever he's thrown out a blade beam, Kacy just kind of stands there and takes it, or has to jump over it. I feel like there's some conditioning Arhungry can start doing.
Now all of a sudden, kind of force up in this real awkward positioning. Great parry timer into an instant follow-up. But wow, the strike back, the up tilts, both two have connected in return, and as well as a down tilt. It's been Tilt City at this point, but no one's real upset. As we'll have to see what Arhungry continuing the pressure, landing the grab, and Kacy's holding onto shield for dear life. They understand that it's going to be there. That could have been a punish. That could have been a stop.
It was a punish. It just wasn't the best punish.
Yeah.
Oh,
Still
God,
alive and
no
now
more
limits
limit.
off.
Doesn't need
it.
it.
In the jump.
And we're going to game 5. All right. You know, for all the 3-1s and for all the 3-1s that we've actually seen in this bracket today, I was expecting this one to not be that close to continue the trend. But I am happy to see that this is a bloody battle to stay in this bracket.
Yeah, it was like kind of an awkward one where we saw the same stage pick that didn't work. But it felt like that the tempo changed with Arhungry.
You can ban it, Arhungry.
Yeah.
Ban PS2.
Like, was just kind of able to understand the, what was it? Just kind of being able to understand that, yeah, I can just kind of do anti-airs with my up tilt and just punish out any of the landings and just kind of see like, wow, a lot of projectiles are being thrown out on Palo's end. I kind of avoid down there. And yes, PS2, you know, it is Palo's one of Palo's best stages, but the platform work, if Arhungry is able to juggle above it, can do some nasty things, you know, okay, with the delayed up air. That's what I'm kind of expecting, as both of them are playing that footsie game and utilizing that platform in order to get away. A fully stocked up, not the best punish, but a climb hazard surely will do the job.
Exactly what you're saying. These anti-airs, I think, is his biggest lesson that he's learned in the last 2 games. Kacy is a lot more scared to approach, but if Arhungry just jumps out of shield like that, Kacy's got the perfect answer for it. Nair. Fair. Even a down air could probably do some damage.
All these answers to various questions. We'll have to see what can be done. Arhungry, you know, not too adamant on letting go of limit, but finally does so and gets rewarded, but no stock just yet. Not all those hits connected. So the percent wasn't able to get stacked up even with that finishing blow on the last hit. And wow, a risky up air. Not really expecting that one.
Another one?
Yeah.
And just drifting right into the explosive flame. Back to ledge, though, pretty safe. And a dash attack finally covering that ground. And now Kacy in the air, but finally reset to neutral. We're going to get a little more limits. I don't think I've ever seen limit just go down like that. What?
Yeah. Oh, awkward
there
but
we
an up smash
go.
out of shield. Yeah, I love that. Stay disciplined. Don't let him hit you for free. You're used to just kind of like the aerial out of shield or the up B out of shield. If you know you can kill him, get the job done. And another projectile thrown out, waiting to see if a defensive option will do so to maybe get a follow-up afterwards. But no, we'll be opting to get that nice little blade beam for a nice amount of damage, threatening with it. But once again, that anti-air, that up tilt, I'm telling you, Arhungry's been using that a lot more, and it's been covering the landings that Kacy is trying to do. You know, people get really greedy to try to land on top of your opponent for a follow-up attack, but disjointed attacks like up tilt are able to kind of contest it out there and potentially win, are able to do so well. And Arhungry looks so damn good so far.
Yeah, so far doing the right thing. And, you know, he has noticed that Kacy likes to hang back. And it's like, hey, if you're going to hang back, I'm not even going to try approaching. I will just build up my limits. And what a miss there. Actually try to cross up there with the bear. He is going to eat that up tilt. Second stock, though, but 114% is, that's not even extra credit. That's a hit me sign.
Yep. And you don't need like a bully to slap that, you know, post note in the back of on your back. Just gonna go ahead and just say, yeah, I will gladly reward myself with it. But what Palo can do, no stranger to comebacks, but holding onto the shield for dear life. Just, you can't land on top. Arhungry has been showing that card so many times with up tilt, with up smash, and now an air dodge near the ground. You got some landing lag afterwards, so it's going to be a swift and quick dash attack. Strong ass move for Cloud to utilize, and it's really damn consistent as well. So Kacy, a whole stock down, but we've seen what can happen, and all of a sudden Arhungry making sure to just kind of say, hey, I'm gonna just sit back, wall you out with these aerials and force you to make the approach option.
Yeah, but right now it looks like he's actually getting a little greedy here, approaching instead, and that may be the... Oh no, does he have his jump? No, but he still makes it back. Oh my heart. Hey, Arhungry, please don't do that. All right, he is getting juggled. He is staying off the platform, which is the right thing. Whenever Kacy is on the platform, he will shark it instead. But the back throw into the dash attack, this could be game. Almost. Limit is almost there. One more hit. Jumps right into the explosive flame. He's gotta do some research on those hitboxes. No way, no way, come on. It was right there. There
and
we
you
go.
Can't throw the projectile when they're that close, but real good stuff by Kacy. They got awfully close, almost an upset, but still brought it to a game number 5. Excellently done. So Arhungry will be moving on with the Cloud, proceeding through top 8. But still, congrats to Kacy, making into top 8. Seed number 14. Real good upsets. We'd love to see it happen. Ripping it out in there. But what a great start to game number 2. That's when the tempo switched. I was just like, all right, Kacy has still a lot of potential and a lot of things still stuck up in their bag, and just kind of brought it out on there. But it seemed that Arhungry was able to just kind of mellow it out, understanding on there. I was a little nervous about the Final Destination pick, but an adjustment to the gameplay ended up fixing that words. And you can definitely tell because we saw a lot less edge guards that Kacy was able to do. We saw a lot of less those opportunities for Arhungry to get punished. Like how many times off stage was his Cloud eaten alive, but being able to maintain ground control, center stage, and forcing Kacy to make the risky approach options and occasionally having to throw out a projectile to continue that pressure was able to kind of shift the tides of that set.
Yeah, when Kacy was able to actually edge guard effectively, it never felt like Arhungry had a chance off stage. I would have to look back on it, but I feel like Kacy went off much, much fewer times in that last game, and I feel like that was to their detriment. Like, they were still setting up with Explosive Flame, they were doing auto reticle, but Arhungry was not burning the jump. Arhungry was not recovering high anymore. They were holding on to all their resources, and Kacy didn't feel confident enough to go off and just stop them.
Oh, yeah. And just kind of continue on forward. I just saw the adjustment with the projectile game, and I felt like I think it's just better to just stick with Palu's, like, just way better aerials.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you need to kind of switch to doing what Arhungry was doing. Just keep threatening with Bear, wall out with it, and then what I really wanted to see from both those players, and it's hard to do it in the midst of the set unless you got it down on your muscle memory because you have to actually think about it, which
that was
detrimental.
A scramble right here. I think Kacy just got a little concerned walking away, and Arhungry is like, no, I see this kill, I'm going in, like a shark to blood.
Yeah, but I wanted to see a lot more like Tomahawks. I feel like that's really good because both of them have really insanely safe shield pressure. That's really threatening. So but they also have